All right, check this out. You have a Volkswagen Atlas with a headlight out. Unfortunately, the bulb is not replaceable. It's an LED that's fixed inside the assembly. So you're gonna have to replace the whole assembly. The high beam still works, all these LEDs still work, but the headlight, when you turn the headlights on, those do not come on. This is the 2018 Volkswagen Atlas Launch Edition. This is without dynamic headlights. If you have the dynamic headlights, you may have to use a scan tool afterwards to make adjustments. For this one, we can just plug it in and it's good to go. You can see, looking at the back of the headlight, there's no place for a bulb. It's just solid. And then there's a module on the back of the headlight as well. Because of the module on the back of the headlight, it's always a good idea to disconnect the battery. Use a 10mm socket or a 10mm wrench and disconnect the negative terminal. Set that aside. All right, on the top of the grill, we're going to use a T25 socket. Take these screws out. And you're going to slide the grill forward. There we go. Just pull it forward. It slides right off. It's just clipped in on the bottom. Not too bad. All right, underneath here we have a bunch of screws we're going to have to take off. Let's see. You may have to take the shield off. Using a T25 socket. Are all separated. On the inner fender well, some screws. You can turn the wheel if you need to, or if you have one of these 90-degree bit drivers, use one of these. Alright, there you go. If you don't have one of these, I will link these in the description. It's raining out today, so I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm going to take this trim back. You can use a trim tool. Just pop this out. It's just clipped in. Just go along. Oh, sometimes those clips break. That's okay. Alright, so that's how far you want to take that back. And then we're going to get in here. There's a screw under here. Inside here there is a screw. And right here. You can see that. That's where it is. Peel back the inner fender well, get your hand up there. It's probably best to use a ratchet with a wrench. Just gonna use a ratchet with the T25. These are all T25 sockets that I'm using for all these screws. Just get that. Just get in there. There we go. Got that screw out. Just gonna grab the bumper. Just pull outwards. Do the same on the other side. Just clipped in. It's not that hard. Have all these clips right here. Just want to push down, slide those out. Alright, now back up. And it just slides right off. We can disconnect the connector down here on the side. Just disconnect the connector, push down on the tab. So there, you gotta take the whole bumper off. So we got a screw there, one over here. You can use the T25 socket. Looks like you can also use a 10mm socket as well. Alright, and one more. You can get this one from up top here. It's a little bit easier to access. Use a 10mm socket on this one. Right there. And there's one more screw here. Same T25 socket. Just grab the assembly. It slides right out. So here's something that's cool. This is the way the headlights are packed. There's not really any insulation or foam or anything. It's almost like the light is just suspended, and it's almost like it's got its own hammock or two trampolines. So it's able to like bounce around in there. That's kind of a great idea. Good job, Volkswagen. There's the new assembly. Looks the same as the old one. Slide the new one in place. It's good. Get that screw started. I'm gonna get all the screws started and then we'll tighten them down. Looks good. There is adjustments if you have to make them, but looks like it's going in pretty good. Now I'm going to plug that in. Connector. Lock it in place. Before I put it all back together, I'm just going to test it, make sure it works. Alright, that works now. Sweet. Now we are going to have to aim it after we're done. It's too bad the new one looks a lot better than the old one. That's okay, we'll clean this up a little bit. You can see there's a couple areas where you can aim the headlight. You just use a hex bit. Good luck. Unfortunately, I feel bad about the fact that it's so expensive just to replace a headlight. In retrospect, this vehicle has driven for 7 years, over almost 120,000 miles, and the headlights pretty much have been on the whole time. A tip would be, one thing to keep in mind, maybe turn the headlights off during the day if you use the vehicle. I wish this vehicle had a headlight chime when you got out of the vehicle to tell you to turn the headlights off, but it doesn't. So that may be why the headlight burned out earlier than should be expected. Otherwise, I still love the vehicle. I don't care.